Gina, you the first one that popped in. Hi, pretty Pisces, or at least you're the first one who I saw. Thank you for tapping in, tap in, tap in. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hi, hang with. Oh gosh, I'm excited about just life in general. Stefan, hi, pumpkin. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for tapping in. I decided I should probably find some intro music or something as we are filing in, because I can get my dance on and get in my groove, and y'all can be dancing too. So have all you guys registered for tomorrow's masterclass, where we are talking about the 6 secrets publicists people have gotten sued? Oh, they have? For broadcasting just music? Oh, wow. I guess that's the case. I didn't think about, copyright coming over to Periscope, but I guess, yeah, because it's broadcasting. So, yeah, there's going to have to be some level of, yeah, I'm glad you said that. I know someone who got a $107,000 lawsuit for copyright. Yeah, now that you think about it, that totally does make sense, because we are broadcasting. But I guess, I was going to say it has to do with how you're using it, but you're absolutely right. That's a good tip, Stephan. I didn't think about that. I'm usually very hypersensitive to clearance issues and, footage and pictures and all that stuff, but I totally forgot that, Periscope is a medium that is going to eventually be regulated. So, yeah, I thought about that. Okay. So hi, Ronika. Welcome. Yeah, it does make sense, because it is someone's work. And if you're using it, for business, and they can track it, then yeah, that's somebody's work. There's someone's intellectual property. So that makes total sense. So, let me start here. Uh-oh. I don't think I cleaned the screen. Hold on. Y'all know I can't stand when the screen is not clear. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. So it's a little clearer. So I have been in this chair right here all day. And you can see my living room is a mess from me just working, because I'm teaching tomorrow. I'm teaching the 6 secrets publicists don't want you to know. And the fact that I actually have come up with 8 more secrets, and I'm like, okay, should I tell them all? I don't know. So I'm working on the curriculum for that tomorrow. So for those of you who are new, I am TeeJ Mercer. I am a retired award-winning television editor. I realize that I don't look old enough to be retired, because I'm cute at 43. But I spent 20 years working on some of the biggest shows on TV, and I now take all of that expertise, and I leverage it and teach authors and experts and coaches and local business owners and all you good people to teach you how to book yourselves on television without having a publicist and without being a celebrity. So those of you who have been with me for several days, I'm hey lady. I think, okay, we saw each other in the Bestsellers Guild, right? I think so. I forgot the name. I'm sorry. So I've been doing 90 days. Yes, thank you. Okay, good. So I've been doing 90 days of scopes. Yes, I'm 43. Gonna be 44 in September. But I've been doing 90 days of I've started this 90 days of scopes based on my business coach, and it seems to be working. I think you guys, you're showing up and you're getting value. So I'm a baby. Yeah, I guess it's all about perspective, Gina. So today we are going to talk about what hit me last night. As how many of you guys are aware of the Kanye West thing that broke yesterday? And speaking of, this is kind of, hi Pumpkin, hi JD Singh. This is kind of almost 2 tips in one, because I'm teaching you, okay, I'll bring you up to speed, because I'm teaching you kind of 2 principles. So yesterday I hit social media with this term called newsjacking, and had no idea of how people will respond to it, and to the point where one of my friends in Bestsellers Guild sent me an inbox, and she was like, you need to be, showing us newsjacking every day. And so newsjacking is the concept of In your cases, thank you for sharing. Thanks for tapping in, guys. Newsjacking is the art of an expert insinuating themselves into a conversation surrounding a breaking news story. And what is your spin on it? And so when I posted it on social media, I gave the example that at the Grammys on Sunday night, the performance of Hamilton, the Broadway show Hamilton shut the website down, Hamilton's website down. It crashed, and then but tickets were purchased. It sold out till January. I'm wearing my World's Greatest Sister shirt today. Yay. Sorry. Yeah, you know I get distracted by shiny things. I just realized what I'm wearing. But they sold out the Broadway show until January 2017. So an idea of what newsjacking could look like, if you're an expert in the web space, in the internet space, could you write an article? Could you pitch a story around how businesses need to be prepared for the influx of traffic that comes as a result of exposure? So, for you, whatever your lane of genius is, how do you take a news story and jack it and tie your brand, your expertise, your product, your message to it? So that's kind of what I'm walking out today. So in the newsjacking space, what I'm doing is Kanye West sent out a flurry of tweets yesterday. Flurry of tweets. Thank you. What is your name? I forget your name. I know it when I saw it in the Bestsellers Guild, but I forgot your name. Please forgive me. But Kanye West sent out a flurry of tweets yesterday that, first of all, Joan, thank you. Thank you, Joan. Thank you. That he's $53 million in personal debt. And he started out with a tweet. I write this to you, my brothers, while still $53 million in personal debt. Please pray we overcome. This is my true heart. Then he tweeted Mark Zuckerberg invests $1 billion into Kanye West ideas. Then he tweeted, after realizing he is the greatest living artist and greatest artist of all time. Then he tweeted, Mark Zuckerberg, I know it's your birthday, but can you please call me tomorrow? Then he tweeted, world, please tweet, FaceTime, Instagram, whatever you got to do to get Mark to support me. Now, can anybody tell me what the problem is in that? Before I tell you, can anybody tell me what the problem is in what Kanye did? Who can tell me? Who can tell me? See, this is where I would actually be playing some music while I'm waiting on y'all to type, and I'd be dancing. Looks desperate. Okay, good, Stefan. What else? Anybody else can tell me? Not giving any value for Mark does. Okay, keep going. Anybody else? Anybody else got some suggestions? As I'm magically and hearing music in my head, as I'm entertaining y'all, bullying. Okay, that's good. Why would he tweet for help? That is it, Gina. Let me read it again. He tweeted Mark Zuckerberg to invest $1 billion in Kanye West. Where does Mark Zuckerberg, what is the brand that Mark Zuckerberg owns? Yes, you're getting it now. He tweeted Mark Zuckerberg to invest $1 billion. He didn't tweet it once. He tweeted it again. Mark Zuckerberg, I know it's your birthday, but can you please call me tomorrow? He didn't go through Facebook. He didn't. It was like, why are you over here tweeting Mark Zuckerberg in a place that he probably doesn't hang out? I'm sure, he's keeping an eye out, but he ain't keeping an eye out on it. Thank you. That's the point I'm saying. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't even have a Twitter account. It's like he is the creator of Facebook, $1 billion. That's like Pepsi, hanging out at Coca-Cola headquarters. Now, how does that apply to the media? Why are you pitching Regis and Kelly a story about life coaching? Why would you pitch Ellen a story about financial management? You get where I'm going here? You get where I'm going? I don't know if Kanye just wasn't thinking, but we don't have that kind of luxury when we're trying to get media. We have to actually, because then if you go after Ellen and get to that producer is going to be like that, like me scoping from Sprinkles Cupcake. Yes, Gina, that's what I'm saying. But it's like that producer who you're going to sit there and pitch, and it's going to be like, have you looked at my show? Have you studied my show? You know, how are you pitching CNBC and you are a relationship expert? Do you get the connection? Kanye, people pitching shows they've never seen. Exactly. So that's why one of the first assignments that I give people who tell me, when people tell me, you know, when I ask them, what are your dream shows? And they tell me, well, I don't watch TV. First thing I'm going to need you to do is watch TV. Because how do you know where you're going to fit if you don't watch TV? So like if I decided to, exactly. First of all, TMZ doesn't even do interviews. You know, they have, you know, the segment that I've seen where they have the viewers talking about current events, but it's not even something that you're going to pitch. Would actually piss off my clients. Yes. But do you get the connection that I was making? Is that Kanye either forgot, wasn't thinking, was in his emotions, but he's Kanye. So people are going to dismiss that. Just another thing that Kanye is doing. But you guys don't get that opportunity. You don't get that kind of, fantastic teaching moment. Great example. Well, Stephan, I try to deliver value to you guys. But you don't get that opportunity. Maybe you try to do it for popularity. We can go with that. You know, Kanye, by no means do I think Kanye is stupid, you know, but you're going to get nailed and it just makes you look even, at some point there is publicity that just makes you look cray-cray and nobody wants to touch you, you know? I don't know what his motives was. I was more concerned of turning this into a teachable moment for you guys. Because at the end of the day, y'all ain't Kanye. You know, at the end of the day, we're all trying to get exposure for our brands, for our message, for our products, right? So we need to take the lessons and learn from it, you know? So what is the lesson you learn from it? Know who your producer, know who you're pitching, know the show that you're pitching, study the landscape of what you're pitching. You know, you cannot pitch. Thank you, Stephan. You cannot pitch Ellen a show about financial literacy, a segment about financial literacy. You've got to figure out a different angle to it, you know, and when you newsjack, that's something. And I'm even giving you something right now to newsjack. Who can talk about, you know, something else that Kanye is doing? Somebody's talking about desperate, you know, he looks desperate. Okay, which of you experts can write a blog post or pitch the media about how Kanye is hurting his brand by looking desperate? You know, what marketing people, what branding people? Newsjack it. Exactly what I did here. I newsjacked something. I thought about pitching something about Kanye, but he seems to be a touchy subject. He seems to be a touchy subject, or the media seems to be a touchy subject. Because you pitch a good story, they're gonna pick it up. People don't want to portray him in a negative light on certain networks. Okay, not sure what networks that would be, Stephan. But at the end of the day, he's affiliated with E because of Kardashians. Okay, so, but E, even those shows, what are you pitching at E? You know? So NBC Universal, got you. So, I'm thinking of the connections. Thinking of the connections. So then you could go at it a different way. You know, how can Kanye redeem himself? You know, for you life coaches, can you pitch, you know, when you making a huge public error, how do you redeem yourself? You know, when the Steve Harvey, do you think Kanye did that because he's about to release it now and wants the attention? I think Kanye can release any, oh my God, what did I miss? Just got here. You're going to have to catch up on the replay, Dominguez. I think that, I mean, he could, but Kanye is on that level. I thought he already released the album. Isn't it out already? I thought it dropped already. I thought it dropped. Maybe it did. Or he did it so he could be talked about. Yeah, I mean, I know for a fact, and I can be very cynical when it comes to things in the media because I know too much about what happens behind the scenes and think he would have been better sending an inbox message, but he wanted others to know to help him. He would have been better sending an inbox message. Dear Mark Zuckerberg, my name is Kanye West. I'm not sure if you know me. I don't know why. That just cracked me up. It dropped last Tuesday. Okay. So but you have to weigh it. Is it really going to help him? Is it really going to help? Because Kanye can drop an album and people are aware of it without this. I don't know. I don't like to speak on or come on. Kirk Franklin is on it. I saw they did a performance on SNL. Better yet, he could have tweeted, "Do me a fundraiser with my cupcakes." You want one today, Gina? So, I don't know the motives, and I'm the type that, if I don't know the truth, I don't like speaking on, the conjecture of it. I just really wanted to focus on what is the lesson that we all can take away from it. But I can say that working in television for 20 years, everything that happens it makes me think of, okay, is this a publicity stunt? Because I know how that kind of thing works. So that's why I can't say it was intentional. I can't say it's unintentional. In either case, bottom line, what is it that we can learn from it? And so what we can learn from it is make sure all my friends would have to come to Calabasas to support. Make sure that we know who we're pitching. I made a mistake in Houston and pitched an ABC affiliate and needed to tailor it to the NBC show and forgot. And so accidentally sent out the ABC pitch to NBC. Producer responded back to me, "I'm sure the NBC show would love to have you, but I don't work for NBC. I work for ABC." So in TV speak, I knew she was digging at me. And my first instinct, I ain't gonna tell you, my ego rose up first. And I wanted to be like, okay, hold up, because we know this kind of stuff happens. And while you're down working on a local show, I'm here on that. But I didn't go there because at the end of the day, it was my fault. And I had to own it. I had to be humble and I had to own it. And plus, why, it was my fault. Why ostracize someone who could potentially, help me get exposure for something that I'm really passionate about. So I pulled a media maverick move that I teach my clients and students to do, and I still ended up getting booked on the show. So, when I say, and that was an innocent mistake. I was just moving too fast and I innocently sent the wrong pitch to the wrong producer. But at the end of the day, the lesson is you got to pay attention to who we pitch, and we have to pay attention to the format of the show. We have to pay attention to what kind of guests do they have. I've had people on consoles tell me they wanted to get on a certain show, and I wanted to, have to tell them, okay, you do realize that show doesn't even have guests, So that's the tip for today. It was kind of 2 tips in one. You saw how I newsjacked and made this broadcast, this scope to be about Kanye because it was current. I newsjacked it and turned it into a tip. So as you go, keep an eye out on what's happening in the news. You must read the headlines. What happened today? ABC named its first black president, and she's a woman, and she's the first black person to ever be the head of a network. So that's one, that's history making. 2, so two, it's she's black and she's a woman. So who is a diversity person? What kind of stories can you newsjack to write about that, to pitch that, to, what does this mean? And it could be on opposite sides of the coin. You could, be pitching the fact that, it was affirmative action at its best, and you disagree with that. Then, the other side of it is, well, I'm tired of people saying it's affirmative action. Look at her resume. She deserves it. Newsjack the story. Newsjack the story and make it work for you. Or he did it to make more money. I don't know, LB Cake. I don't know why he did it. So with that said, let's get ready to tap out. That's your media tip for the day. Was that helpful? Did that help? Did it get you thinking a little differently? Did it actually expand, your possibilities of getting into the media? Let me know. And then hopefully I'll see all you guys tomorrow. Very great teachable moment, Teach. Know who you're pitching. Thank you, pretty Pisces. Don't forget to register for Publicity Secrets Revealed, which I'm teaching that tomorrow at 5:15 Pacific, 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern. Yes. Okay, good. So let's tap out. Let's tap out. That's all right. Tap, tap, tap. Get the replay, Dominguez. We all got stuff to do. So I understand. All right. So tap out in 10, 9. Yay. Can't wait for tomorrow. Yay. Me too. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll see you guys tomorrow.